welcome back to Hermitcraft Amplified Season 3. And let's see, got some work done here on the mine shaft. I've expanded the central corridor. I've got a lot of these tunnels dug out. I've been doing a lot of mining because as you know, I need lots of this polished andesite, granite, and polished diorite. And let's see, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot to put those away. Anyway, as you can see, the tunnel is now 3x3, and it's 3x3 the entire length, and I've got track down for the whole 2,000 blocks. So I've come up with a fair amount of iron, and most of it's laying down the length of this track. But that's all right. And this arrangement here, where there's the powered rails and the cart up against a stopper block and a button to launch it, that is temporary. It's temporary because I feel that something like this, to be properly done, needs to have a minecart station. So I'm going to be building one here very soon, and another one on the other end. And I think both of those minecart stations are going to be set up right from the start to handle at least 2 tracks each, because who knows, there might be other tracks going other places. As a matter of fact, I can almost guarantee it. I rather like working with minecart tracks. Portals are all fine and dandy, and I'll give you that a portal is a lot faster. A pair of portals is a lot faster to travel through than a minecart, but there's something about that ever since portals got easier to work with a couple or 3 or 4 versions ago, the minecarts have fallen by the wayside. And you know, it's like nobody builds an extensive minecart system anymore, and I rather think that should happen more. Anyway, a lot going on here. I now have 3 chests holding my cobblestone that I'm digging out of the mine. Got a fair amount of redstone and lapis. I'm even starting to collect some dirt, which actually is something of a premium around here. I mean, yeah, you see a lot of it here, but a lot of places, especially around the extreme hills, which in this world, amplified, extreme means really super extreme. Dirt is not as common as it could be. I might even be able to go into business selling dirt. I don't know. I might try it. In the meantime, I've got all this stuff here, and I need to get this down to the other end because that's where it's needed right now. I'll be working on this end too, but I'm started from the other end, working this way. So it's time to ride. Okay, here we are. I'm going to head back this way a little bit. Get my sprint going on. And this is basically the look that I've got for the tunnel so far. The granite walls, andesite floor, diorite ceiling, and I've got a good bunch of it done. and to a little ways past the slime farm here. This is D-Mac's slime farm. And it works because I see slimes up there every now and then. And basically, I am coming down here and replacing the walls with the granite and digging out all the stuff that's there and putting new stuff in. As a matter of fact, I got a good sized section here that still needs to be done. Yeah. So I've been doing a lot of this over the last 3 or 4 days or so. I've gone through enormous amounts of this stuff. And as you can see from the tunnel down that way, I have a lot more that I need to go through. And I got to do it again on this wall, taking a section or a few sections at a time so that I can be sure to replace the torches. You don't want this tunnel to go dark, I guarantee you. I did that once. I took too many torches out at once while I was working on a section, and the whole thing turned into a mob farm. And I very nearly didn't make it back out. So, and now along here, I'm not quite sure what I want to do. I could put up some glass along the edge here. I could leave it open like this. I'm not sure. Maybe go ahead and replace this material here with the andesite. As a matter of fact, let's try that and see how it looks. I think it looks pretty good next to the stone slabs. So that shouldn't be an issue. Yeah. Yeah, I think that looks good, so I don't think D-Mac will mind that. And like I said, I'm not sure whether I should put glass up along here or just leave it open as is, because the entire slime farm is completely enclosed and so on, so there shouldn't be any slime up here on the track or along the track bed or anything like that. Alright, now, having spent the larger part of the last 4 real-time days down in these tunnels, either branch mining or working on this thing, I think what I want to do is put these materials away and head up topside and get working on another project. And so here I am, heading out off to the east, away from town, away from my little place on the wall there, that will eventually become something, I hope, somewhat Wayne Manor-ish, to fit with the Batcave theme. And why am I doing this? Well, because there's something that I need that I don't have. Specifically, sheep. Not just any sheep, but sheep that I own and can breed and specify the color of. And so, we're heading off here. We're going to see if we can find some sheep. I've got a kind of a little kit here. I've got some wood, a crafting table. I have 3 slime balls, a little bit of glass, a couple of shears, and a bunch of cobblestone and torches. Alright, go ahead and dig myself a stairway up through here to get over to the other side of this, whatever it is. Mountain, hill, whatever. I was going to say mountain, but that sort of thing is kind of relative, and here in Amplified, This, where I'm standing, is low. Look at this. Oy. And I want to go to the east. It looks like I'm going around. Alright, let me drop a torch here. And then drop a few along the way. Yes, I saw the creeper. And I'm hoping to outrun him. Alright, it looks like I'm going that way to go around the hill. Well, it's either that or I dig my way through it. Given this amplified terrain, that could take a few weeks. Easily. Yeah, you see what I mean. The amplified terrain is really awesome looking, but it can be a bear finding some open area. Part of what I'm going to have to do along the way here is find and kill a number of spiders, because those slime balls need to be combined with string to make the leashes I want. What are you doing down there, you idiot? Come on. There we go. Oh boy. I hope I'm not showing something that doesn't need to be shown. Perhaps I should skip out and cut back in. Well, here we are the next morning, falling off of a pillar that I spent the night on because I was so much of a hurry to get going, I didn't bother to pack a bed. Of course, I also didn't bother to pack spare torches. I should have brought like 4 stacks of them. And oh, hey, I got my first bit of string. That's a good thing. I'm going to have to spend some time hunting spiders or something to come up with the string that I'm going to need for the leashes. We've got an area here. Oops, that's the wrong side. Over this way. Although this looks like it might have a little bit of potential. There's sort of a plains-ish kind of area down there. But I don't see any sheep. That's the big determining factor. Oh, God, I hate those things. Okay, down here. Oh. That guy jumped off a cliff to get to me? Good night. Okay, there's a sheep over there. There's some more over on that hill. There's another one up here. So we've got a decent likely place, I think. If I can get some gathered down there into a pen somewhere, I think that will do nicely. So I need to head down here. Good, there's coal out here. I'm going to have to come back and mine this up because I'm going to need it. So I need to set up a place to breed these guys, because I also didn't think to bring any seeds with me. I'm going to have to stop using my diamond sword for that, and break a bunch of grass, come up with some seeds so that I can get a wheat farm growing and have something to breed these guys with. Oh, and I thought I was all so prepared. Isn't that just a mess? I got 4 seeds. That's a start, at least. Oh boy. No thank you. And while breeding these things and waiting for them to grow up, I'm going to need to find a few things. I'm going to need to come up with some material for dyes. I'm going to need green and
lime green dyes. And the idea there is get the sheep started breeding and then take a pair of them off to one side and dye them lime green. And a dozen seeds, that's a decent start. And then get another pair and dye them bright green, or cactus green actually. Lime green is the bright. Alright. And I'm going to have to spend some time out here at night hunting spiders, because one string is not going to cut it. Okay, so light some of this place up, because we're under the shadow of that there. Okay, here's a couple of them right here. Some red mushrooms. Haven't seen a whole lot of that. Get the food. Gotta keep the food up. I've noticed that these days when you're healing from injury, when your health is recovering, your food bar goes down that much faster. All right. Time to stop waffling around and get something built. Some kind of a pen. All right. Oh, please, go away. Perhaps I should have pre-manufactured fence. If I can click on the correct thing. Oh, I don't believe this. Are you kidding me? That's fence gate. I just want fence. I could have sworn that this got you fence. Oh my God, it's been so long. All right, I'm gonna have to figure this out. I will be back when I have it figured out. As shameful as this mess is. Hello. All right. You and me are going to have words. And the word is die. Been looking for you. Just had to find you. All right. All right. I'm going to get things started here. I'll be back. All right. I can't tell you how shameful it feels to not remember this, but fence is made thus, which is actually the exact opposite of a fence gate. because the fence gate, the sticks are on the outside and the planks are on the inside. And so I've got some fence, and I've spent a lot of the night sitting here in the gateway of my little Farlander style hidey hole, and there hasn't been much come by. There's a few sheep hanging around. I've seen some zombies, a skeleton or two, like that one. Take that. Okay, so I need to get an area of this place cordoned off with fence. I need to somehow get a bunch of sheep into it. Go ahead. Tell me. What's up, Doc? Sorry, I couldn't resist that. The one thing I haven't seen much of is spiders, aside from that one that showed up last night. So I'll have to see about that. In the meanwhile, I'm going to get an area of this place cordoned off with fence and start doing what I can to populate the area with sheep so that I can begin the project of raising them. I also need to cordon off another area for a wheat farm and start growing some wheat, because that's going to be necessary to breed them. So there we go. All right, just level this area out. Alright, I'm going to do some construction and some fencing and some farm starting, and we'll be back after these important messages. That was a joke. There actually isn't an ad coming up. Alright, I've got things sort of kind of in order here. I've got my sheep pen all ready. I've got my wheat farm going, complete with the water supply to keep it hydrated. And yeah, okay. As for the string situation, I've got 3. And to make the leads, I need another one for right there. So coming up with sufficient string is going to take basically just kind of cruising around here at night and playing tag with the spiders, which seem to be just a little bit on the rare side. I've only seen just a very few, and not all of them have dropped string. So I'm going to be spending the next considerable little while fishing for spiders. Gee, that sounds like fun. You know, I'm tempted to take that string and make a bow, but really, I don't have the fixings with me to make arrows, so there's no point. Okay, so I'm going to be working on this and get as many sheep in here breeding and breeding up as many of them as I can. Once I get some in the pen and whatnot, I'm going to head back to town and see about getting some dyes, because the plants I've found around here so far do not add up to green or lime green dye by any stretch of the imagination, and I am going to need those before my sheep population gets very high. So I'm going to be working on that, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here. Oh man, is this place epic. Wow.